Hi everyone, Umajiuna here, and today I'm going to be reading chapter 1097 of the One Piece manga. I saw the title, it is Jinny, so that's pretty cool because last time it was Kumachin, so now I think we're gonna know more about Jinny, and I'm like 99% sure now that she is actually Bonnie's mom. I don't know why I was so hyped about her being Luffy's mom, but eh. Oh, wait. What? Okay. I thought Oda's gonna use the cover page to do like a side story, and this is obviously Kuma. So I was like, are we getting more story that's not in the main one? But no, it's a cover request. Cover request by Takahashi. Kuma catching salmon in a river. That there looks like it's Ginny. Than some people. Oh, that's funny because bears catch salmons, right? And he is a Kuma bear. Okay, I get it now. But then when he tried to catch the salmon, it just disappeared because of his paw. And then the salmon, like the one salmon there, he's just shocked. Okay, Oda notes. I was pretty shocked when I realized Iyo-san from Zun was the man behind La Okaki. I just can't get that comedy duo out of my head. It still amazes me how Oda has time for like all kinds of stuff. Like he watches things and he reads a lot as well while doing One Piece, while drawing One Piece. And of course he does like research and stuff like that too. And yet he still has time. I know he doesn't sleep though. Maybe that's why. He has like technically a lot of hours in a day. But wow. I'm glad that he actually gets to enjoy his time though. Okay. 8 years after the God Valley incident. So 30 years ago. Please help me, Kumachi. I've been coming here since your pa was around. It came as a nasty shock when you all went and disappeared on us. So this is still Sorbet Kingdom. But it's comforting to know you grew into such a sweet boy. Your parents did a great job. I'm sure they're so proud of you becoming a bona fide clergyman. Dang, Zokuma actually became a clergyman, so I assume a priest? That's why he was always holding the Bible. I thought he was just very religious, but I guess he actually became a priest somehow. And the people of the kingdom didn't know where they were, so they didn't even know they were slaves, which is good because they might turn them to the world government if they knew they were slaves. There's Kuma. He's a pastor, okay. Pastor Bartholomew Kuma. At 17 years old, but he's huge. It's the Buccaneer blood. He has like a cloak thing. There are hardly any young ones left in this country these days. It's no wonder we're getting poorer and poorer. Ah, what a relief. I feel so much better. Bless you. Me next, my hips are killing me. So he's taking the pain away from these like old people, like their back and all that. Dang, that's so cool. I always thought that the fruit that I would want to have is law, so the ope me, because I always get sick, especially like my sinuses and my throat. That's always my sickness throughout the year, and so I always thought it would be nice to have lost fruit and just like cut my head, remove, like drain my sinuses, like empty all the phlegm inside of me and put my head back on. And I thought that would be amazing. But maybe Kuma's would be pretty nice too, because I can take out my pain. But then can it just disappear, or do you have to transfer it to somebody else or something else? And then technically I can just go wherever I want and just go like, ploop, send myself to like a different place, go to Hawaii for a vacation or something. That would be nice. Just whoop, whoop. You won't even need a passport. Okay. We can't thank you enough. God bless your miracle hands. Can't you do this on weekdays too? Fat chance Sundays only. Interesting. Because usually you don't work on the Sunday. Or the Sabbath is when you don't work. That's the day you offer to the Lord. And you take a rest because you work all the other days. But here, Kuma's actually only doing... very interesting, actually. He's only doing miracles because of his, like, miracle hands, but it's a fruit. He's only doing it on Sundays. Very interesting. Because if you know the Bible, or, like, if you're just kind of familiar with it, Jesus does actually a lot of miracles during Sabbath. And that's why, like, the Pharisees and, you know, Sadducees and all of that, they didn't like him because he was breaking the laws, you know. He's like unholy because he's breaking the law. He's healing on the Sabbath. I don't know if that's related to this, but with Oda, it's just, he probably thought of it. Where do you freeloading old bags? Get off asking for even more help. Haha, we've gotten the attention of little Miss Cheapskate. Quit flapping your gums. This isn't a nursing home. I'd tell you to wash your mouth out if you weren't such a cutie pie. I heard there's no end to the number of suitors that come knocking on her door. She looks exactly like Bonnie. Okay, yep, definitely Bonnie's mom. This is Ginny. Don't change the subject. Ginny, 21 years old. Yeah, because she's 4 years older than Kuma. None of them have a chance with Kumachi here. Just looking into that calm face of his is enough to comfort anyone. You're too kind. Kuma's face. Kuma's just like all so smiley and cute. Like before, I never really imagined Kuma to be like smiley, because when we first met him, he just has this like a very stern face, especially after Shabondi, when a Vegapunk actually took all his humanity away and he was basically a robot. And so you only see Kuma being like no emotions at all, but like look how cute he is. He's just like you're the one who's too kind. And then the people are like, yay. Kuma's so cute. I'm just gonna turn my phone silent because it's going like meh, meh, meh. No, not like that. Okay, sorry. To tell the truth, we'd love to donate and support our Kumachi, but we've all been struggling just to meet the celestial tribute recently. I'm sure you've heard about our new king, right? Okay, they do have a king. I was wondering about this because Kuma eventually becomes the king of Sorbet Kingdom, but he was not like of royalty when he was born, or I don't think his father was. They are of Buccaneer blood, but they were persecuted, not treated as royals. So maybe there would be like a revolution and Kuma takes over and becomes king. I don't know. They say King Bikori is a cold-hearted monster. He's hell-bent on paying the tribute, and he doesn't care about whether us old farts are too sick to contribute. If we can't, they'll lock us up. He's the worst. The other day, an acquaintance of mine ended up starving to death in their cell. Can you believe that? This guy looks familiar, though. Or the kings, like the awful kings, just all look the same. That miserly king of ours won't even feed his prisoners. He's even more of a cheapskate than you, Ginny. What's he doing? It looks like he's being a pushover to somebody on the phone. Yet he's happy to bend over backwards. Okay, probably the celestial dragons. Yet he's happy to bend over backwards for the celestial dragons. If we don't stay in good health, we're gonna get killed. I can get rid of any pain or mild illnesses you need me to. So please visit every week. Dang, Kuma is just so kind. It's actually heartbreaking to see what happened to him after whatever Vegapunk did. I know it wasn't his intention or what he really wanted to do, but of course the celestial dragons had something to do with it, specifically Saturn. But like, look at Kuma, he's so cute. Oh dang. Okay, all the people leave and he's like, they're like, thanks so much, Kuma-chin, and we see the moon here, and there's this huge paw. I was asking earlier, where does he take the pain? Like, he takes it away from the people. And where does it go? Does it just disappear? Like, can he transfer it to people or to things? Now there's this big pain bubble sitting right there. Now I'm assuming Kuma actually takes all that pain. That's why Genie's like really mad and she's like, just once a week. We can't do this every day. Because then Kuma's gonna die. He's taking everyone's pain. Once a week. Oh, God. Dang, now that's like... I think that's directly a Jesus reference right there. Takes everyone's pain on himself. He's the one getting hurt. He's the one getting put on the cross. And yet he does it and... I cannot. Dang, Kuma, don't tell me. He does. Dang. There's so many things. There's so many things. Oh my goodness, Oda. Because, like, now it puts everything in perspective in regards to Zoro back in Thriller Bark. So that wasn't just Kuma power tripping and going like, here, I took all of Luffy's pain. Do you want to take it? You know? It's something that he's done at 17 years old. Probably even younger than 17. Because, like, this is what we're seeing now. But we don't know what happened before that. He's probably been doing it for years and years even before this. He is just taking everybody's pain. Like, look at him. He's like, he's bleeding and all that. Well, maybe he's thinking that I am much stronger than everyone. My body is different. I have strength. And so I can take all their pain. Dang, Kuma. Actually, I wonder if Genie knows. Maybe she doesn't. I don't think she would allow him to do this. To keep doing it. If she knows that Kuma is actually taking everybody's pain. That's so dark. Oh, she knows. She knows. Okay. Because, like, Kuma does that. And there's, like, a loud scream. The church looks like it's shaking. And Genie's just right out the door. Crying, shivering. And then there's Kuma on the floor there. Just... That must really hurt for both of them. And I don't think Genie can stop him, actually. She knows, but she can't do anything because she knows Kuma. So tragic. There, she's crying, and she's taking care of him after. They have no idea you're taking on any of their pain, Kumachi. And you keep doing this week after week. Because then the people wouldn't want that. If they know that Kuma is actually taking their pain. And like, he's the one getting hurt after they get healed. Then they're not going to do it anymore, right? Look at him. It can't be helped. If someone doesn't shoulder their burdens, that pain and suffering of theirs won't just disappear. But I love that concept. He takes away people's pain, but it has to go somewhere else. It doesn't just disappear. Someone has to take on that suffering because it's there. He can't just like make it go woof and then it's gone, because it's not. That's not how it works. And so somebody has to take that pain. It's Kuma. It hurts my heart. It'll be left to fester, returning to haunt them again and again. More than anything, I'm just glad I can do something to help them feel happier. I'm sorry for putting you through this, though. I'll get tougher so you won't have to worry. That's not the point. Exactly. I guess he's taken it upon himself to be the Nika for people, you know? He's always looked up to Nika being the one who liberates the slaves and gives them smiles, makes them happy. And maybe in the process of looking for Joy Boy, he's trying to do what he can at the moment, especially after he got the pawpaw fruit. And like, this is something that I could do, so I'm gonna do it. At least until Joy Boy gets here. Dang. Hey, we got a little food that stinks today. Let's eat up. Woohoo! Dinner time! She's very happy about that. She's eating. Kuma's happy. 25 years ago when Kuma was 22. Okay, so this is like 5 years after that. But 25 years ago. Hey, Kumachi! Let's get married! Huh? We can't! That was cute. What the hell's with that reaction? Of course we can. You love me, right? Just admit it, you dope. You guys have been living together for the longest time. Why not? Just do it. Wouldn't it make you happy? I'm sure it would, but the thing is, just take me. I'm the one with Buccaneer blood. He's scared that if she marries Ginny and they have a child, then the same thing's gonna happen to them, because he is a Buccaneer, and so his blood would continue on with their child, and he's thinking the child would have the same fate that he had. I understand. If it was me, dang, I wouldn't have kids either, knowing that my kid would have to suffer what I had to go through. Like, be a slave, be treated that way, lose your family. Like, I don't want my kid to feel that. I don't want my kid to experience that, so I get it. Just don't have children, I guess. He's thinking back to his father. My wife is normal. Please let her and my son go. But yeah, they're still gonna go after Ginny because they are family. I don't want to make you I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. Because Ginny's like, would it make you happy? And it would. It would definitely make Kuma happy. But then marrying her, choosing his happiness, would make her unhappy. At least that's what he thinks. But I feel like Ginny's gonna be there through and through. It doesn't matter if it's like the good or the bad of the marriage. She's gonna be there. But I understand. I get what Kuma's thinking here. Dang. Look at this. It's another article about those freedom fighters. Yes, so this is probably when it started as well. You know, I guess they weren't like the revolutionary back then. They were called freedom fighters. But I get it why. Like, it makes more sense now why Kuma would join them. Because he knows what's going to happen in the future. If he marries, if he has children, the same thing's going to happen to them because the world has not changed. And so he took it upon himself to join the freedom fighters with dragons so they could change the world. That makes so much sense. And he probably can. There's Iwa-chan. Oh, gosh, now I want to learn about dragon too. There has to be something there. Dragon's gonna be such an interesting story because I want to know what his motivation was. We had a glimpse of it when he said that, like, back in Luffy's flashback with Sabo, when Sabo was really upset about the Goa Kingdom, and he's like, you finally made a kid say this. And so you can kind of imply from that he was disappointed with his country, the place he was born in. And so he kind of started the Revolutionary Army because of that. But I feel like there would be so much more meat in that story, considering how his father, Garp, is a Marine who is like a true-blooded Marine who's also hell-bent in changing the world, or at least maintaining peace. But why would he choose to be a freedom fighter instead of being a Marine? I really hope we get to see that because I'm so excited. I want to know more about Dragon. I'm just grateful that we're learning more about Kuma because that's a big part of the Revolutionary Army too. So, okay. They finally issued wanted posters for them after they incited riots in several countries. Dragon doesn't have his tattoo here yet. So maybe he got it after... No, he didn't. Did he have it during Roger's execution? He didn't, right? He probably started having the tattoo when he started the Revolutionary Army. I don't think he has a tattoo when he met Vegapunk in Ohara. So probably after the Revolutionary was founded. He's so cool. He's like a hero. One day I want to head out to sea and dedicate my life to saving people too. You're gonna join him, man. You're gonna join him. Hello, is anyone home? Ginny, our sweet muse. We had a massive haul today. Please help yourself. Thanks so much, Mr. Fishmonger. And Ginny like threw like a bucket at him. Oh, Kuma. He doesn't understand that these people are courting Ginny and he's just accepting the food because he's nice and all that. And Ginny's like, you're so dumb. They're asking for my hand that I'm giving to you. And you're just like, yay, we'll take the fish. Ginny's mad and she's like, idiot. Then 22 years ago, something major happened. The people you've kidnapped, let them go. Save us, Komachi. Are these Marines? No, they can't be. Maybe pirates. What are you yelling about, you big oaf? Are you trying to pick a fight with Oh, they're the royal army. Oh my gosh. That's treason, you know. Castle Town, the kingdom of Sorbet. When Kuma was 25. He's apparently a pastor from some church in the southern province. Hey, pastor, didn't you hear about the new law? We're allowed to do whatever we want to you southerners. Why the southerners? Why? Is it because they're poorer? How do you make a new law? Oh, gosh. Whatever, it's like martial law. You're planning on enslaving them? Oh, that hits a spot right there. No. Kuma knows exactly what being a slave entails, and he's been there. He knew exactly what it means to be a slave, so you guys shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. I won't let this pass. He's a rebel because he attacked them. My liege, this new policy, the people might find it hard to swallow. It is of no consequence. They'll soon grow accustomed to their new status. Before long, it won't bother them. They'll all come to see the Southerners for the vermin they are. Maybe because they don't have enough money to pay tribute. That's why. From this day forward, the borders of Sorbet shall stop at the edge of the northern province. The amount of celestial tribute is decided by a country's population, you see. So there's like a map here. Kingdom of Sorbet. There's Castle Town in the north. And then there's Kuma's church and the old people in the southern area. So now they're saying that the Kingdom of Sorbet would just be the northern part where the castle is. And then the southern part becomes a lawless land. So they're not going to be protected by the world government anymore. They're basically kicking them out, kind of the kingdom. Will no longer be weighed down by all the old fossils in the south. We must cut out this cancer so the fittest of this glorious nation can thrive. In jail. So Kuma's in jail, these people, and Ginny. Tell me, what made them arrest you too? We raised hell trying to get them to free you, Kumachi. But they gave us a trashing in the end. So they all got arrested and they're just happy. They don't care. Oh my gosh, are these guys, like the guys who are with them, they look like those kids who tried to take money from them before and Ginny just like smacked them in the head and she was like, pick someone your own size. They look like those guys, right? So they eventually became friends. Kuma looks very serious. It's a double page spread. I don't want to see. I don't have anything to cover. I don't want to see like the other half of it. Ginny, this country is on the brink of becoming a cesspool of bigotry. And hey, King Bikori is a celestial dragon puppet. This new policy was given to him from on high. If you plan on starting a rebellion, you'll be signing up to fight the world government as well. That's fine. Wow, who are these guys? Yeah, Your Majesty, we must flee. Oh my gosh, don't tell me it's the freedom fighters, the dragon. Oh my gosh. You know what? Maybe Kuma joined him first. Iwa-chan maybe joined him first. And Iwa was like, you know, I know this person. He's from the Sorbet Kingdom. His name is Kuma. He's like a really strong guy. We should take him and make him join our cause. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Right? Oh my god, I told you! This dragon! That's Iwa-chan. Like, look at the face. Right on time, too. As if we would let you escape. This is what you get. You want to be Celestial Dragon? You make me sick, says Dragon. You make me sick. The king's been overthrown. His slavery laws are no more. Thank goodness, I hated what this country was becoming. And so this mysterious band saved the kingdom of Sorbet from the corruption of the world government. And I'm looking at the next page. Looks like the man you recommended. I told you. Kuma. Iwa-chan did not forget about Kuma. I mean, how could he forget Kuma? They escaped God Valley together. Looks like the man you recommended went on quite the rampage. You're going to love him, Dragon. I know. Kuma, Jenny. I see you've gone and gotten yourselves caught. Lucky for you, I was in the neighborhood. No way, big bro. Is that you, Iwa-chan? And the man you're with, isn't he? He knows Dragon from like the papers. Kuma, if you're still anything like you used to be, how about coming with us and changing the world? Let's go. Oh my gosh, isn't this kind of like Luffy's journey too, trying to find the other Straw Hats and telling them, like, come join me, like, let's sail the seas, let's go find the One Piece. That's basically what Dragon's doing here too, looking for people who would like to change the world with him, people who knew what being oppressed is like, and wanting justice for the people, wanting freedom. Technically, Dragon and Luffy want the same thing. Dang, this could be like a spin-off, and I would read the hell out of it. This is like a whole new adventure. One Piece is just so good, you guys. It's not just Luffy's journey. Everyone in this world that Oda created, they are their own selves, and they have their own adventures. If you look into like a magnifying lens into each and every one of the characters, they have their own arcs, they have their own personalities, own stories, and own adventures that they go on. Like, just look at these people, Dragon, Iwatan, Kuma, and Genie. They all have their stories, and I'm just so happy that we actually get to see their story. Like, my gosh. I'm so overwhelmed. How about coming with us and changing the world? So Iwa-chan's looks are more similar to what he looks like now. Dang! The onset of the Great Pirate Era and the tragedy of Ohara spurred these... Oh wait, the onset of the Great Pirate Era. And so when Roger died, and the tragedy of Ohara spurred these freedom fighters to take up arms against the corrupt regimes of the world, starting numerous insurrections. Look at Kumai, looks so cool. Iwatan, Dragon, still doesn't have his tattoo. Let's see. It didn't take long for the two pillars of this movement to become three, as Dragon and Ivankov recruited Kuma to their cause. This organization would adopt a new name, one that echoed around the world, the Revolutionary Army. Who? Count me into. Ginny also became a part of the Revolutionary Army. I'm just looking at these people right now. Do we know them? I don't know if that's Bello Betty right there. They kind of look familiar, but don't look familiar, so I don't know. Ooh, but Dragon has that. You know his tattoo? He has it on his leg right now, kind of like a bandana. Or maybe that's just part of his pants. But that's the same pattern he has on his face, right? So he is already attached to that design. But then somehow later on he puts it on his face. Maybe to start the Revolutionary Army? Oh my god. We're still lacking funds. Is that Dragon? That's Dragon, right? For now, we must act like mercenaries, supporting those who will always have a will to topple their monarchs, fueling their rebellious spirits. All our recruits get weapons training drilled into them. I want us to grow into a boundless army spread throughout the world. Where did you learn about weapons, Dragon-san? I spent some time with the Navy. Unfortunately, I found no justice there. He tried, man. He was a Marine. Dang, there's so much to this. I cannot. There's so many things. So Dragon was actually a Marine before. He said, I spent some time with the Navy. So I guess he did follow Garp. And he actually became a Marine. But then he realized that his justice was not a fit for there. I mean, that's pretty easy. Like, they highlighted this, especially in the One Piece live action. This was not in the manga, but they emphasized this in the live action with the Kobe storyline. They had more scenes of Kobe, Helmeppo, and Garp. And even Kobe and Helmeppo, they were questioning their own justice after seeing what the Marines do, what Garp does. Because Kobe, he had this idea of the Marines being the good people, and they save those who can't save themselves. And so he wanted to be a Marine and help people. But then seeing Morgan and what he does in his Marine branch was kind of like a wake-up call to him. Like, okay, not all Marines are good. But as he traveled with Garp, as he was being trained as a Marine, as a cadet, in the beginning, he realized that there was so much more there. Like, there are Shichibukai, like pirates whom the government sanctioned. They can do anything that they want as long as they help out the government. Like, that does not align with his sense of justice. And so I can imagine Dragon being like that. But he tried, man. He tried. But he couldn't find his justice there. So he had to start his own group, organization of people that would align with what he sees is just. Dang. I can't believe my question was answered just like that. Marine or revolutionary, he's a man determined to help others. Now I wonder how Eva-chan and Dragon met. You can rely on me, Dragon. You won't regret joining us. Well, I'll be. Look who's back. I'll be coming home every now and then. I worry about you all. You're so sweet, Kumachi. And thus another 8 years would pass. The sun would continue to rise and set like normal until 8 years. What happened then? That was 25 years ago. And so 17 years ago. Bonnie would have been alive by then. Oh no, we're at 14 years now. Never mind. 14 years ago, a certain kingdom. You look excited, Ginny-san. It's that obvious. Can you blame me, though? She looks so cool. Captain of the Revolutionary Army's Eastern Forces. I forgot who's... Oh, Eastern is Bello Betty, right? Right now? So it was Ginny before. Did she die? We're so close to the day where we get to link up with Kumachi's squadron. I'm so happy I can hardly breathe. Oh, they got put into different squads. Captain Kuma, that lucky dog, he's won the heart of the lady we all admire. Huh? You creeps admire me? Gross. Your word stings. Oh, Dragon already has a tattoo. Revolutionary headquarters, Baltigo. They already have... They're in Baltigo now. 14 years ago. Dragon-san, Dragon-san. Oh my god. Just got goosebumps. Ginny's been captured. Disturbing news. The enemy took us by surprise. Please forgive us. I know, not ready. I kind of had the feeling that she died because she's not in the picture anymore. And it felt like Kuma wouldn't agree to lose his humanity and his memories if Ginny was still around. I don't think he would do that. That hurt so much. After, like, look at her face. She was so happy that she's finally gonna see Kuma. And then she got captured. So Dragon already has his tattoo here. Dang. But who took her? I'm assuming it's the Celestial Dragons. They're probably like, we know her. She was a slave, so we're taking her back. Damn. Don't tell me they didn't even meet. But this was 14 years ago. How old is Bonnie? Isn't she like older than Luffy? She's at least 20 right now. And so this was 14 years ago. They never got married. And then they kind of got separated because they were put into different squads. So I don't think Bonnie's still probably a clone. I don't see Bonnie here. Like, how... How did... I don't know. I'm so confused. But dang. That hurts. I knew she was gonna die somehow. Because she's not around anymore. But when it said there, Ginny's been captured, I'm like... And she was so happy to see Kuma. Kuma's gonna be so heartbroken, man. This is probably when he, like, snaps and just kills everyone. Maybe this is why he got called, like, a tyrant. Because he went, like, haywire. He just went crazy after Ginny died. Dang. Oh, I'm not ready for another tragedy, man. Like, all the backstories, they just always hurt. Just when you thought you had, like, the worst backstory, like, Robin's backstory was real bad. And then you get, like, Brooke, and you're like, dang, that's sad. And then you get Laws, and you're like, oh, God, that's sad. Then you get to Kuma, and you're like, I want it, but I don't want it. Like, I don't want to feel their pain, but it's gonna feel so darn good to feel that pain, I guess. Such a good storytelling. Oh my gosh, Oda. You're such a blessing. I love you. Dang. I think that's all for me today. Oh my gosh, I've been talking here for that long. Dang, it's so darn good. Like, I'm just always so grateful for One Piece, man. This is why I can't die. I can't die yet. Like, I have to finish One Piece. I gotta read One Piece to the end. And then it should be okay to die. But I can't die. Should eat healthy food. Exercise. Live a longer life. Oh, yeah, that's all for me. That was chapter 1097 of the One Piece manga. Let me know what you thought of this chapter of Kuma's stories so far. Kuma and Ginny's, I would say. It's both their stories, and there's also Dragon and Eva-chan, but in the core of it, it's Kuma and Ginny's story. Let me know what you thought of all that in the comments down below. Let's talk about it. And I'll see you guys in the next chapter. Oh, wait, there's no break, right? Unless it's just not announced. But it's fine. Oda can take a break. I don't mind. But if there's no break, dang, let's go. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.